Facing Death, Socrates. Welcome. Today we explore the teachings of one of history's greatest philosophers, Socrates. To fear death, my friends, is only to think ourselves wise without being wise, for it is to think that we know what we do not know. Socrates, the classical Greek philosopher, is renowned for his unique approach to wisdom. He believed in the importance of questioning everything and understanding the limits of our knowledge. So, why does he say that fearing death is a sign of false wisdom? Let's break it down. First, let's consider why people fear death. Death is the great unknown. It represents an end, a point beyond which we cannot see. Many fear it because they think it might be painful, because they worry about what comes after, or because they feel it marks the end of everything they are and everything they know. But Socrates challenges us here. He suggests that fearing death assumes we know it's something bad. How can we be so sure? Socrates argues that fearing death is like claiming to know something about which we actually know nothing. Imagine a child who fears the dark. The child imagines monsters and terrors lurking in the shadows. As adults, we know these fears are unfounded because we understand the nature of darkness. Socrates is inviting us to see death in the same way. We fear it because we fill the unknown with our worst imaginings, rather than accepting it as a natural part of life that we don't yet understand. Let us embrace a stance of humility and curiosity. Instead of fearing death, we should acknowledge our ignorance about it. Let's think about it another way. Fear of death often leads people to live cautiously, avoiding risks and sometimes even avoiding truly living. By overcoming this fear, we can live more fully. When we accept that we don't know what comes after, we free ourselves to focus on what we do know, the present moment. So, how can we apply Socrates' teaching in our own lives? Firstly, recognize that fearing death is natural, but it's based on assumptions rather than knowledge. When you feel this fear, remind yourself that it's okay to not know what comes after. Secondly, focus on living in the moment. What can you do today that brings you joy, fulfillment, or peace? How can you live in a way that aligns with your values and passions? Thirdly, engage in continuous learning and questioning. Challenge your fears and assumptions. Seek out different perspectives. The more we learn, the more we understand how much we don't know, and that's okay. Lastly, cultivate a sense of wonder and curiosity. View life and death as parts of a larger, mysterious journey. Instead of fearing the end, appreciate the story as it unfolds. In conclusion, Socrates invites us to reconsider our fear of death. He teaches us that this fear is rooted in a false sense of wisdom. By acknowledging our ignorance, we can free ourselves from this fear and live more fully. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Until next time, be bold, question deeply, and seek the true wisdom that comes from knowing what we do not know.